Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a texture pack tutorial video. I decided that I'm going to revamp the series since I'm not really that active in making texture packs, and this texture pack series will be teaching you guys everything that I know how to do, and hopefully by the end of the series you guys will be able to make your own texture pack fully. And if you guys have any questions or any specific kind of tutorials that you guys want, go ahead and comment it down below, and if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like. So in this video we are going to be making an ender pearl or ender pearls, and we're going to be doing it in 512 by 512, and I'll show you how to do it in like the lower reses too. So this video is going to be split up into two main parts since there's like two main kind of ender pearls that you guys can make, those being these. So let's look at these real quick. So you can either do a clean design for your ender pearl, which is like this, or like this, or you can do a spiral design for your ender pearl, which is like this, or like this. Personally, I like to do the spiral design a lot more than I like to do the clean design because it doesn't really look as good as these. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you how to do those. So on screen right now will be timestamps to different times in the video, depending on what pearl you want to do. It'll either be the clean design or the spiral design, so I'll let you guys choose right now. Alright guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to do the clean design pearl for 512 and all the other reses. So I'm going to do mine in 512 by 512. The only main thing that changes between 512 and all the other reses is, or for ender pearls at least, is the brush size. So for 32 by 32 you'd start at 2, like your brush size as 2, sorry, and you can make, you know, whatever size you want. And for every other res above that you would just add 2 onto it. So for 64 by 64 it'd be 4 or 3, for 128 by 128 it'd be 5 or 4, for 256 by 256 it'd be 6, or I think 7 you can do, but 7 isn't really that good. 6 is great for 256 by 256, or for 512 by 512 it's really weird. You can do 8 or 16 personally. At the end of it all, it just matters by personal opinion. I like to do 16, it just looks a lot better. So we're going to start off making our pearl by choosing our shapes tool. We're going to choose black as our primary color. We're going to go up here to anti-aliasing, and we're going to click it to disable it, and we are going to make our circle, and you can change that up here. So right now it's like freeform, and you can kind of make it like into ovals and whatever. If you press shift, it'll lock the circle and it'll be perfect and like symmetrical every single time. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna make it medium sized. I don't really like my pearls being that big, so we're gonna make it that size. Press Ctrl D to deselect it. We can go into effects, and I have this little plugin to align object to the center of my screen, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's optional, you don't really need it, but it's nice to have. So next thing you're going to do for a clean design for your ender pearl, you're just going to select the inside, and you can choose whatever colors you want. You know, you can decide to have a fade if you want, choose blue and this blue. We're going to do these two blues, and of course you can choose your gradient to, you know, whatever sides you want, whatever kind of gradient you want. You can do that, that'd be pretty cool. But for this video, I'm just going to do a linear gradient coming from the top left to the bottom right. So after you have that and you have the circle selected, or the center selected, sorry, you're going to press Ctrl C to copy it, add a new layer, press Ctrl V to paste it, and you're just going to fill in that layer with whatever color, doesn't really matter. Next, we're getting into effects. We're going to go to stylize, outline. We're going to put our intensity all the way up and our thickness to 16, but you can also play around with it to whatever size you want, but I'm going to put mine to 16. We're going to press OK. I'm going to press Ctrl D to deselect that layer. We're going to select the outside of that outline. We're going to delete that layer, and now we're on this layer, which is our main layer. So we're going to go into adjustments, hue and saturation, and we can put our lightness, which is depending on what you like. You can put it down all the way, you can put it down pretty far, or put it up, depending on what you want. I like to put mine down to around 30. And from here you guys can add other effects onto it. You guys can add, you know, photo, soften portrait. You can do this, you can add whatever you want onto that. It's all down to personal opinion. After that, you can do like whatever you want. You can change the color of it if you want. You can also, oops, let's get rid of soften portrait. Something that duals used to do is if you go to posterize, you can get these like separation in colors, and the farther you go to the right, the more separation of color there will be, or like different like lines, I guess, like thinner lines, and the more you go left, the less lines. So around 25 looks good for 512 by 512, and obviously this will change depending on what res you go to, but that's how you do that. And then from here again, you can go to photo, soften portrait, do whatever you want, even change color, saturation, do whatever, all down to what you guys want. Another thing I like to do is if you add a new layer, fill it in with white while you're selecting the center of the pearl. Go to properties, mode, multiply, press OK, go to effects, photo, vignette, which I think you have by default, yeah, vignette, and you get this kind of like really dark circle around, or really dark shadow around the center of your pearl, which is good. It looks a lot nicer than having a straight color difference from blue to black, and this adds a transition fade coming from the outside in, so you can do that, and that looks pretty cool. You can also decide to not have the black, oops, you can also decide not to have the black outline at all and just have that pearl. It's all down to personal opinion, so that's how you do the clean design pearl. Alright guys, so we are going to do our spiral pearl right now. So same thing with the clean design pearl, just make sure you have anti-aliasing disabled, brush size 16 or whatever you decide to do. Make sure you're on your shapes tool, press shift and expand it out to whatever size you want. We're gonna make it this size. It's optional to have it at the center. We're gonna press OK. We are going to or actually for this we're going to add a new layer. Something I like to do to add a lot more or different colors or variation of color into my spiral underpearl is have like a light color and a dark color. It doesn't matter which two colors you choose. I just wouldn't choose like two of the same color, so I wouldn't choose this light green and a dark green. I'd choose like maybe this blue and this dark reddish color over here. So we would go onto our first layer, we would go, or this new layer we created, go into effects, render clouds, and at first it'll look like this, which is perfectly fine. You can choose to go out, whatever you want. We're gonna go out just a little bit here. We're gonna go to 180. We're gonna press OK. And at this stage, you guys can choose to add whatever effects you want. I would really like to add like a median onto it, just to like blend the colors more. You can add like distort, you can go to crystallize, you know, do whatever you want, make it look cool. That's the main goal here. You can add whatever you want, like that looks pretty cool. Just blend the colors out a little bit more, press OK. But what it comes down to, after you add all your effects, everything you want to do, go back into effects, distort, twist, and you're going to put your size all the way up. And we're going to drag our spiral layer down under, and now you have this. So we go to our outline layer, we're going to select the outside, go down to our spiral layer, press Ctrl X to delete the outside of it, and now we're left with this. So with this, we can go back to our outline layer, we can select the inside, we can add a new layer, make it white, fill it in, layer properties, multiply, OK, effects, and then we're gonna do the same thing, vignette, so we have that dark shadow outline, and you can have it just like that. That's how you make a spiral underpearl. And then of course you can go back and you can change the color of it, whatever you want. You can put your saturation up, whatever. I'm gonna put my saturation up just a little bit for this. Press OK. You guys can also change the color of it if you guys want. What I like to do is go into adjustments, advanced desaturation. If you want it like a specific color or gradient, you can do this. So with advanced desaturate, it's basically black and white, but you can choose what colors like stand out more or get lighter. So if I choose since the underpearl was blue mostly, if I go into desaturation and bring my blue all the way down, it'll make it completely white or mostly white. And if I bring my green down, it'll change that just a little bit. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna press OK, and now that we have this, we can let's actually select the entire ender pearl. We're gonna add a new layer, and let's say we want a fade for our ender pearl. We can decide to, you know, make a gradient for our fade. So I chose this yellow and then purple. We're just gonna go into properties. You can choose whichever one you think looks the best. You know, doesn't really matter, whichever one you like more. It all comes down to personal opinion. I think over looks pretty cool. Glow looks really cool too, but reflect looks cool. I'm gonna go with multiply. I'm gonna press OK on that, and obviously you can change where your gradient goes, or where it starts from, where it ends, whatever. That looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna press Control Shift F to flatten all my layers. Adjustments, hue and saturation, just gonna change it a little bit, put my saturation a little bit up, and there you go. That's how you make a spiral ender pearl. Obviously you can add other effects onto it if you want. You can add a glow, no, whatever you want. So yeah, that's how you make your spiral ender pearl, and you can do whatever you want. Again, just make sure you do the twist part and then the last vignette part, and you're all good. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more texture pack tutorials or want something specific, go ahead and comment down below what you guys want, and if you guys like the video, go ahead and leave a like. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.